spinning ball. I think that it means we're live. What's up, everybody? This is Russell Brunson. I'm hoping this is going live in all different places. If so, I'm so excited to be hanging out with you guys. I have this going to my personal page, the fan page, the ClickFunnels group, and a couple other places. I want to come hang out with you guys. It's been a while since we hung out. I just want to make sure that you guys are all doing well. How is life? I'm going to be checking the comments, so please message me in the comments as I'm going live right now. But I'm not going to lie, I miss you guys. It's been a little while since we've hung out. And anyway, I wanted to jump back in, and I got some really cool stuff to share with you guys today. Something that's going to blow your mind. I think you're going to freak out and you're going to love it. And I'm really excited to bring that to you today. And then I want to start doing this a lot more often. In fact, for a little while, I'm going to do it every single day. If you've read the Traffic Seekers book, I told everybody initially, I was like, look, if you will decide to publish, and if you'll publish every single day for an entire year, I promise you by the time the year is over, you'll never have money issues and money problems again. And the reason why I knew that is because for, I don't know, a decade more of my life, I was going live every single day somewhere. Sometimes there was one season where I was on Periscope. If you guys remember Periscope, I was on Periscope going live. Another season it was podcasting. I was podcasting every day. Another time it was Facebook Lives and different things. And that's how I built ClickFunnels, how I built our community. That's how I built all you funnel hackers, is hanging out with you guys every single day, talking and communicating and honestly, a couple things. Number one is I miss it. I've not done it for a long time. And I think part of the reason is because I got so caught up in the business, right? Sometimes, at least for me, when I started the business, like I was Russell, I was a marketing nerd. I just wanted to build funnels all day. And that's still my favorite part. People ask me what my favorite part about business is, and it's building funnels. But there's a while where as the business starts growing, you start putting on all these other hats. Also, you have like the CEO hat, and then you've got like the motivator hat, and you got the team hat and the building hat, and eventually you get a spot where, at least for me, I was doing so many things, I wasn't able to spend as much time with you guys as a community, and it's unfortunate. I feel bad about it, and I wanted to come spend more time with you guys. So this is like the beginning of me saying, look, I'm here to hang out with you guys a lot more often, to share ideas, to give you guys some cool things that'll hopefully along the way. And today I got actually a really cool 25-minute presentation that's going to blow your mind. It's one of the best things I think I've ever done. Something that only a very few select people ever saw. They spent a lot of money to see it. And in a few minutes here, we're going to watch this presentation together. I think will change a lot of you guys, which will be good. Also want to talk about, I'm curious for you guys, how many of you guys right now who are listening to me, how many of you guys, that like you're called to do something great, right? There's people that you are supposed to be serving, people that like your message, your experiences, your trials, your failures, your successes, all those things. Like, there's a group of people you can and you should be serving, but for some reason you're not doing it. And it could be for a lot of reasons. Maybe you're nervous, maybe you're tired, maybe you're burned out, maybe you're scared, maybe all the things, right? I think that for me, it's a similar thing. The last couple of years has been, it's been brutal for me, if I'm completely honest, like in a lot of different ways. I think, partially it's just, growing a company is tough. Like you guys watch me, like I'm not someone who is a passive, involved in my business. Like I'm hardcore, going hard every single day with my team, with you guys, with creating courses and events and things like that. I don't think there's anybody in this industry that works harder than I do. So that's number one. So that there's burnout from that I felt. I'm sure you guys feel that yourselves as well, right? Number two, I think that there, I want to get super vulnerable. My best friend, my partner in ClickFunnels, the CEO of our company, Dave Woodward, got sick 3 years ago. And for 3 years, that was hard on me and for everyone here in our team. And we lost him a year ago. And I think, he was the guy who, he'd be at my house every single day. We're working out together. We were going doing crazy things together. And I think for me, it was tough because I missed that person who was around me for so long, being there. And so for part of me, it's like I lost a part of me. I lost, again, someone who I hung out with every day. I talked to every day. It was someone who was always here. You saw him in the background, every my meetings, offices, and like he was the one who was freaking out with me every time we have an idea. And I still to this day miss that a lot. I miss having that person. And so I think for a lot of times it got harder for me to share and harder for me to come on because I was like, I didn't have it to share with him. And I think that's been hard for me. And again, there's other things too. And I'm just curious for you guys, like, if you feel called, do you feel like you're supposed to share your message with people? Like, what's the things that have held you back? What are the things that you've struggled with, I'm curious. Let me know in the comments down below. I know we're streaming it to the ClickFunnels core group, to my own personal page, to the fan page, a couple of different places. And I'm able to see most of your comments, but I'd love to see, like, what are the things that have been holding you guys back? And some of you guys watching this live, I know the algorithm is weird nowadays, so a lot of you guys won't see this till the replay. But either way, like, let me know. I'm going to be kind of watching the different platforms to see what you guys are thinking, what your feedback is. Because I want to know. I want to be able to start catering these things to you guys and speaking directly to you. And really, I just want to hang out with you guys. I miss you. So that's number one. And so if you felt the spot where you feel burned out or you're struggling to find the energy to do what you've been meant for doing, That's what I want to talk about to you guys today and over the next little while. Like I want to talk about, because for me, I'm dealing with that. And like over the last week or so, honestly, ever since January, I've been trying to focus on things. And as I made commitments to myself, like I'm going to come all in, I'm going all back in, we get hit in the face again. I had, some issues happen in January that were brutal, that were hard. I got beat up socially, and like, it was a brutal, it was hard at a point where I just wanted to go hide in the sand again. And it's like, how do you come back from that or from anything where you're just beat up? And I want to share these things with you guys because I'm dealing with it. I know a lot of you guys are as well, especially in the season we're in today. Like things are crazy. We have wars. We have rumors of wars happening. We've got presidential elections that are not, I don't care where you are on any side or the middle or back and forth. Like it's going to be a brutal season. There's recessions. There's this is a tough season for any of us to live in. Right. And I want to be here as a voice to you guys to kind of help you through the process. Now, I remember when, a little while ago when the whole shut down and all the things happened. I remember going live a lot during that time. And one thing I kept telling people was like, the people who are willing to keep showing up during the turmoil are the ones who win in the end. And the story I remember sharing back then was about, if you guys have seen Forrest Gump, you guys remember in Forrest Gump, the scene where, the huge storm's out and everybody is like bringing their boats in. Cause they're like, oh, the storm's coming. Let's bring our boats in. We're going to hide it. And Forrest Gump and what's his name, Lieutenant Dan, they're out there on the water, and like you see them out there in the middle of the storm, screaming, going crazy, and they're out there like braving the storm in the middle of it, like fighting with everything out there. And then when everything, when the storm calms, everything's ended, they were the only ones that survived, right? They were the ones who braved the storm, who fought through it, and then when the dust settled, when the storm went away, because they're the ones standing, they were the ones who became the billion-dollar company, while everyone else, their all ships had crashed along the way. I know it's a fictional story, but the lesson is true, right? I think over the next like 12 to 18 months, it's going to be like we're in a storm, and the storm is not going away. And I think those of us, me, you, who are willing to show up for our audience consistently every single day and be that guiding light for them, are the ones who will survive the storm and go on. I posted the last couple of days that like this feeling I have where it's like, okay, it's time for me to come out of my shell. It's time for me to come back. It's time for me to be vocal. Time for me to be loud. Time for me to be in front of my people once again. And this is the beginning of it. So you guys listen to me going live every single day, sharing some really cool stuff with you guys. And I'm pumped to be here with you guys. So if you're here now, if you're live, type live in the comments. Say live. I'm live. Russell, I'm live. If you're watching this as a replay, type in I'm watching the replay. I want to see like where you guys are coming from. And then we're going to share some really cool things. You guys want to jump into some training that I think will help you a lot? My goal, my game plan is to every single day bring you guys, not just come in here and hang out. I want to hang out with you guys, but I want to bring you guys like a nugget of something that's going to be like life changing. Something like literally, if you watch this coming from me, it could shift you, right? We all know that like life's all about these little shifts, right? It's a little shift that can like take you in a completely different direction. So my goal and my game plan is to give you guys little shifts that will like, it's a little hinge that swings a wide door, right? You've heard probably talk about like if a plane leaves in New York and is flying to San Francisco, right? If it's like 1 degree off, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. By the time they get to San Francisco, they're up in Alaska or something crazy from 1 degree shift, right? And so for me, my goal is like, if I give you this 1 degree shift every single day, put you in the right direction, like how will that change everything, right? It should change everything for you. And so that's the game plan with this is to give you guys these little shifts, these little things to help motivate you, inspire, give you direction, and help focus you towards your goals so you guys can be successful. And that's the game plan. It's gonna be fun. So, all right, we got tons of you guys. Ben's on live, Mike Menges, Eric Davis, Ruben Rodriguez, Michael Weston, Eric Davis. Eric said live a couple times. What's up, man? Abraham, Agadi, Scott Marksburg, Emmanuel's live, Lori's high, Jeff Levy's high. What's up, everybody? All right. We got you guys coming in from all over the place. So with that said, okay, I'm going to set this first training piece, okay? So this is a training piece, and this is going to talk about, for me, it's like my core origin story, right? For every single one of you guys, if you are in business, you're like, all businesses is it's us serving a group of people, right? And I believe strongly that every single one of you guys, including me, we've all been called to serve a group of people, right? And so what our job is to do is like, how do we find those people and how are we going to serve them, right? And typically when you go and you find this group of people, people always ask me, how do I find my dream customer? And typically your dream customer is you 5 years ago. Okay, so it's you 5 years ago. So where were you 5 years ago? What were you struggling with? What were the things that you weren't very good at? What are the things like that you were trying to figure out that you know and you understand? Okay, that's who you're serving, is you 5 years ago, right? And so you think about that, and it's like, okay, this is what I'm serving from 5 years ago. And then like, what did you discover along the way? What did you learn? What are the frameworks? What are the tools? What are the resources? What are the things that you figured out to get the result that you have today that they want, that you wanted 5 years ago, right? What is that? Like, the result is the thing you're going to be selling, Like that is the business, no matter what you look at. Like the result is your business. So again, you've been called to serve a group of people, these people are you 5 years ago, and you've got a result that they want, and you're going to come and show them, here's the framework, here's the map for you to get that exact same result. Okay, now for you to be able to have that map and to be able to share it with people, like whenever you try to persuade someone or to explain something or to teach somebody, the thing you're going to talk about is the origin story about how you found this map, how you discovered where you were going. Okay, I'm curious, for those who are watching live right now, how many of you guys know what my origin story is? Okay, I'm sure most of you guys have heard it before. Ruben says he's rocking his Funnel Hacker shirt right now. What's up, Funnel Hackers? Let's go. Yeah, I'm curious if you guys know my origin story. I'm sure some of you guys have heard it before. You probably heard it more than once. Yeah, all right. I don't know how to pronounce your name. DJEDGY was number one person. Deji Hill, did I pronounce that right? Said potato gun. You're right, potato gun. Wally said potato gun. Okay, you guys know my origin story. So I had a chance to speak. So Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins and I did this event. This event, they had over 1 million people subscribed to it. I had a chance to go and present at it. And what was really cool is we're at this event, 1 million people subscribed, and I got to bring my kids to, my twins actually came to Dean's office that day with me. And I had a chance to talk for 20 minutes, trying to inspire people about like what it is that they're called to do. Like how are they supposed to help people? How are they supposed to serve people? And so I had only a 20-minute window of time. I thought, how can I help them? And so I kind of told my potato gun story, but I gave a bunch of other really cool things as well to make this real for everybody who was on there. Again, 1 million people were watching this, which is, if you guys ever spoken in front of 1 million people, it can be scary and exciting and all the things wrapped into one. But I gave this presentation, it was 20 minutes long. And when I got done, I remember afterwards, Dean told me, he's like, that was the best, like most fun, exciting, entertaining presentation I've ever seen. Anyway, so I'm gonna show you guys that presentation. It's really cool. It's 20 minutes long. You're gonna have a chance to see me making mistakes, doing a whole bunch of dumb things. Hopefully it'll be able to rapport where you guys realize, man, Russell is just like me, because I want you guys to understand, like, I am literally just like you. Most of you guys are me 5 years ago, me 10 years ago, and my job is not to do anything fancy other than say, like, I figured this thing out. Here's this path and this journey. Come with me. Like, so I'm going to show you guys my map, and that's kind of the game plan for this trading. All right. He said, JG, pronounce it. So Gigi Hill. Hopefully I said that right. I apologize if I messed it up again. Okay, so that's the game plan. I'm going to show you guys this presentation. It's 20 minutes long. I want you guys, as you are hearing this and listening to it, as the ahas come to your head, I want you to write them down. If you want to make fun of me, tease me in the comments. Funny things will come through, you're going to see. But I want you to have some fun with this. This is a fun presentation. I had a great time presenting it, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So it's 20 minutes long. You guys cool to sit with me for 20 minutes to watch this presentation? The presentation I did in front of 1 million people, no one's seen it since then. It's probably the best version of my origin story. And as you're hearing me tell it, I want you guys thinking, like, what is your origin story, right? When you were you 5 years ago and you have this result, you're giving someone, like, what was the origin story? How did you figure this thing out? Like, what's the story you're going to tell your audience? If you can tell them that story, that is the secret. That is the key to get them to follow you, okay? And that's the game plan. Does that sound good? Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing now. So yes, Rosie, I'm live right now. All right. Okay. So I'm queuing this presentation right now. Dean's going to introduce this and kind of kick it off. And as soon as you do, you have me jumping on stage. Again, it's about 20 minutes long. And I want as many comments as possible, flooding the comments as you guys are watching. Any thought that comes to your head, post the comment in the thing, because I want to hear what you guys are thinking as you're watching. So that said, here's a quick presentation for me speaking at the Mastermind Live event.
We have another guest. I think you already know who it is. But again, I'm going to go into the same friend, heart, but it's true. This next guy, Russell Brunson, has sold just about everything. He's going to tell the story, so I don't want to rob his thunder of where he started. And I can look, there's a whole nother list of credentials. He built an amazing company called ClickFunnels. Some of you might know it, might use it. It is absolutely insane. He bootstrapped that, started with nothing, him and some dear partners and friends, and built something magical to help change the world, to help empower entrepreneurs, to help give people the tools to go faster, because he wishes he had them. He's got a heart to serve. He's down here with his two twin boys. I know his wife, Colette, who's amazing. I hope she's watching. What's up, Colette? He has a beautiful family. He's a good human. He's always been a dear friend of me on anything I need, and I hope I serve him at the highest level. His credentials are huge, but here's what you need to know. It's a guy that started with a dream, started scared. No one in his family did it, failed miserably on different opportunities, but he didn't give up. He entered this knowledge industry, the self-education industry, and now he's one of the leaders with one of the top companies, valued at some insane number if he ever wanted to sell it, if he decides to do a number kind of like what Jamie's doing. But that's not where he's at right now. He's a humble guy here on his own dime, flew down here on his own time, here to serve. So could we please light up the chat for Mr. Russell Brunson. What's up, man? Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Russell Brunson!
What's up, everybody? Hello, hello. Thank you. Oh, man, so exciting. This is great. I feel like I'm in a huge stadium with fans and people. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm excited. Let's get started. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Like Dean said, I was lucky enough I flew out here with my twin boys last night, and so they're in the other room. This is like bring your kids to work day, so I'm excited to have them here and hopefully learning and paying attention to some of this stuff. But I'm excited to be here today, you guys. How many of you who are out there right now, this is kind of your first introduction to this whole knowledge industry? Like this is the first time you're like, wait, what? People are making money doing this kind of thing, and it's like brand new to you, right? As I was on the flight coming over, I started thinking, I'm like, man, you know, there's I think they had almost 1 million people who registered for this challenge, which is insane in and of itself, right? That's more people that live in like my entire state. So it's kind of crazy, like how many people were involved. But I remember thinking back, I was like, well, what was it like the very first time that I ever heard about this? Like my first time coming into this journey, and I was trying to put myself back in that state. And it was really cool because I was in college when I was learning about this stuff. And that's probably 18, 19 years ago now. I know I look like I'm 11 years old, but it was about that long ago. And I was in college, and I started trying to figure out how to start a business. Like, I needed to make money. I just met my beautiful wife. We'd gotten engaged, and I was like, now I have to be a man. I have to get a job or start something. And at the time, I was wrestling at my university, and I didn't want to quit wrestling, so I was like, I have to figure out a way to make some money. But I didn't know what else to do. And so the internet was kind of new at the time, and I was jumping on, and I was going to Google, type in how to make money on the internet, right? The things that a lot of us do. And I'm searching for these different things, and eventually, over a 2 or 3 month journey, something popped up, and I heard somebody talking about selling information. And it was the first time that ever crossed my mind. I was thinking, like, I'm going to go buy things at the thrift store and sell them on eBay. I was going to go, try to create things in China and ship them out here. And I had all these different ideas of what I thought was going to be the thing. And then again, somebody mentioned that you could sell information. And at first it didn't make sense to me. Like, why would someone pay me for information? Like, what do I even have? Like, I'm a 20-year-old kid. I have no talents. I have no skills. I have no hobbies. I don't even know what I could do. How many gets to feel like that? Like, that's where you're at. You're like, that sounds amazing, but I got no idea I got nothing, right? Okay, I have perfect empathy for you. I remember that. And so I remember sitting there for weeks and weeks, like thinking, like, well, what could I sell? What could I sell? There's got to be something. Like, I got to have some talent. I have something, right? I've been on this earth for 20 years at this point. Like, what do I have to offer? And I couldn't think of anything. And I remember being frustrated because I was just like, I don't know what to do. I wanted to do it. I felt like that feeling of like, this is exciting. I think I could do this, but I didn't know what to do. And so I kind of started this journey. And I remember fast forward about 6 or 7 months later, it was spring break. And again, I was on the wrestling team at Boise State. And so all the other wrestlers were all single guys, and they went down to Vegas for spring break, and they're hanging out. And me and my buddy were the only 2 married guys on the wrestling team. So we were married, and our wives had to actually work, and so we didn't feel like we should leave them and go hang out in Vegas. So we stayed at home, and me and him were goofing around while our wives were going to work, supporting us. And while we were doing that, one day he was like, hey, have you ever made a potato gun before? I was like, no, what's a potato gun? He's like, oh, dude, they're the greatest things. You make them, and you glue together these pipes, and we can shoot potatoes like 100 yards. It's so much fun. I was like, we got nothing else to do this week. Let's make a potato gun. So we drove to first we went on Google and typed in how to make a potato gun, and we found some plans. We drove to Home Depot. We started buying the pipes and cutting them, and we spent the entire spring break making a potato. Anyone here ever made a potato gun before? Curious? Oh, there's a couple of you guys. All right, we got some potato gun experts. All right, that's good to know. But I'd never made them before. If you've seen them about this tall, big thing, a PVC pipe, you jam a potato in it, and then you spray hairspray in the back, you click a button, and it shoots this potato. They're really, really fun. So we spent the entire week building out 3 or 4 potato guns. When the weekend came, we took our wives, we drove out to the middle of nowhere, we started shooting these potatoes, and had so much fun shooting them everywhere. And I was like, this is like the greatest weekend of my life. We had so much fun. And then the next Monday, I had to go back to school. I'm a college kid. I'm frustrated. I'm trying to figure out how to make money. I'm shooting potato guns, and I'm back in class. And like all my momentum just stopped, right? I'm sitting in class, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and I had this idea. I was like, wait a minute. I now know how to make a potato gun. Like, is there anybody else on this planet besides me that can make a potato gun? Like, I don't know. I wonder if anybody else besides me was actually looking for information about how to make potato guns. And so remember, I snuck out of my classroom, I ran into the computer lab, and there's different places online you can go that'll show you how many people are searching for things. So I typed in potato guns, and it was crazy. At the time, there were 18,000 people per month searching the keyword, how to make a potato gun. And I was like, this is my thing. This is the opportunity. I know how to make a potato gun, and people want to know how to do it. And no one else was selling a product how to do it. Like, this could be my thing. And I was like, this is the great. Like, some of you guys are gonna have that moment where all of a sudden you're like, I know my thing now. This could be the thing. And so I went to my buddy. I called him up. I said, hey, I want to make another potato gun, but this time I want to film it. He said, do you have a video camera? I was like, no. He's like, well, we can try to borrow one. So we found some of the video camera. We got it, and we drove to Home Depot, and we had the video camera. We walked down the pipe, the aisle with all the pipes. We filmed ourselves looking at the pipes and said, okay, this is the type of pipes you get. This is the size. Then we drove back to my wife's work, and they had a little shop there, and we filmed us cutting the pipes to the right thing, and then we glued them together. We filmed this entire thing. And when it was done, we burned it on a DVD. We burned an old DVD burner back in the day. We put it together, and I made my very first information product, which I brought one here today. This is actually the last one I was able to find. It's still in its shrink wrap. But this is my very first information product ever. I don't know if you can see with the glare. There you go. It was called How to Make a Potato Gun. Like, literally my very first product. In fact, if you look on the back, there's a picture of me, my bald head back here, holding a bag of potatoes. There's my buddy Nate, the two guys who were married on the wrestling team. Like, this was my very first product. I was like, I did it. Like, I took something out of my head, and I turned it into a product. Like, this is the most exciting feeling in the world. And then all the fear started coming, like, how do I sell this? Like, are people actually going to buy this? What if they judge me? What if they make fun of me? What if somebody has a potato and a gun and it blows up in their hands? Like, all the fear started coming, right? And I promise you, you're all going to feel that as well. As soon as you start taking steps forward, all the fear is going to come flooding. And you're like, and you'll freak out. And that's what happened to me. All the fear started coming. And finally, it's like, I have to figure this out. I got to figure it out. So I spent the time, and back then it was hard. It was really hard to get a website up and get a web page and put on an order button and like all the things. I spent weeks and weeks putting it all together, but I finally had something to sell my very first information product. I remember I went online, I started trying to drive traffic to it, and I started making my first sale, and then my second sale, and my third sale. And for those of you who haven't experienced that yet, when you take something you created and somebody gives you money for it, it's one of the best feelings in the world. I was just like on cloud nine that somebody was actually buying my product. And so for me, that's where this whole journey began. Now, obviously, the potato gun market is not this huge market. I'm trying to make it bigger. If any of you guys want to be in the market, let me know. We can sell potato gun. Just kidding. But it's not a huge market. I was making some money, but it wasn't this huge thing. And I felt called for more. I was like, I want to do more of this. Like, what else can I do? And I didn't know what it was. I still didn't know, like, what's my mission? What's my calling? What am I supposed to be doing? And my guess is for most of you guys, you don't know that yet either. And that's okay. Okay, there's something magical when you start going into momentum, when you start moving forward, all of a sudden ideas and opportunities start coming towards you. So I was like, okay, I'm going to move. I tried to sell this. I made some money. What's the next thing? What could I do? And what I found when I was trying to make money with my potato gun is that the thing I kept getting stuck on is I didn't know how to get people to come to my website. Like, how do I get traffic? I didn't know how to do that piece of it. And a lot of people were selling these really expensive masterminds and courses and things I couldn't afford at the time. And I was like, I wonder if I could interview other people about how they did it. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Like, how do people get traffic from SEO and pay-per-click and Google, and this is before Facebook, but how to get from MySpace to all these things. And so that was kind of my initial things. I'm gonna interview other people. And so I'm gonna throw up a slide here you guys can see. So this is Russell. If we can see my slide here. This is me back when I was doing this potato gun game. You notice I'm wearing a white shirt and a tie because I thought that business people had to wear white shirts and ties. So I'm wearing a white shirt and tie. And I was like, okay, I need to learn how to drive traffic. So I started interviewing these people. So these are the people I interviewed. I interviewed this guy's named Carl Galetti, then Mike Filsame, and then Gary Ambrose, and Brad Callen, and Brad Fallon, and Ewan Chia, and Rosalind Gardner, Jack Humphreys, and Keith Baxter. These are people I saw who were driving all this traffic. So I got on a phone call. I started interviewing them because they were experts. I wasn't yet, but they were. I was like, this is so cool. I'm going to get their opinion, figure out how they're doing it. So I interviewed every one of these people, and they let me record the calls. Right? So I was recording all these calls, and it was awesome. When it was done, I had all these recordings of people who were doing what I was trying to do. I remember going back to them saying, I have a product now. Like, I have interviews of me interviewing all these amazing people about how they did something. Like, this is an information product, right? It wasn't my knowledge. I didn't know how to do it, but I found other people who did. I interviewed them, and all of a sudden I had now what was called a product. What was a product, right? And some of you guys are thinking, it's funny, because every time I tell someone this story or about this, like, well, of course, people let you interview them because you're Russell Brunson. I was like, just so you know, I wasn't always Russell Brunson, whatever that means, right? This is me, the picture. This is me when I was asking these people to interview me. And I want to show you I'm going to show you some video clips today. My goal is to show you how bad I was, to give any of you guys who were like, I can't do this because of fill in the blank. I'm awkward, I'm introverted, I'm scared, I'm really bad on camera, like all those things. I want to destroy those false beliefs for you right now, because I promise you, I was worse when I started than any of you will be today. I guarantee it. If you've ever done like an Instagram story or selfie or anything, you're better than I was. So I'm going to show you my very first video clip here. This is how I was trying to initially sell these interviews. So we can pull up the video quick. This is video number 1.
Hi, I'm Russell Brunson. Welcome to thesecondtier.com. I'm here to help you get Okay. Hi, I'm Russell Brunson and welcome to thesecondtier.com. I'm here, should I say that? I'm here to introduce you. What'd you say? Hi, I'm Russell Brunson and welcome to thesecondtier.com. I want to help you get started with your affiliate training today. The first thing you need to do is click on the link above me and download our affiliate. That was real cool, the flushing toilet in the background.
All right, so there's how I started. Literally, as we're filming the videos, the guys were flushing the toilets in the background, like, so embarrassing, right? But that was me. That was my very first shot. That was the very first video I ever made. I was so scared, as you could probably tell, but that was it, okay? That was the beginning of this journey, and right? I'm trying to convince these people who are these big, huge, big name, famous gurus and things, authors and people, and I was like, I need them to interview, like, I want to interview them. And I was so scared, like, what if they say no to me? But almost all of them said yes. Right? They saw someone like me who was hungry, who was trying, and said, yes, I'll let you interview me. So they let me interview them. I recorded it. Now I had this product. I can go and sell it. Right? And it was like the coolest thing. So for any of you guys who are at that spot where you're like, I don't have a thing yet, well, what are you interested in? You've got to be interested in something, right? Find something you're interested in. Who are the authors, the speakers, the people who've already done the thing that you want to do? You can go and you can interview them and start figuring out exactly who they are. Even if you're in a spot where you're like, no one knows who I am. I'm not famous. I don't have these things. Neither did I when I got started. And that's what's so powerful about this, okay? Just your desire, your excitement about wanting to learn it'll give them the ability to want to share with you back, okay? It's really, really magical. So that's the first thing. The next thing is after I started sharing this message, sharing my mission, and I started like doing this and started like selling some of this product a little bit, I got excited. Like I was like, this is really, really fun. How many of you have ever felt this before? Like you start sharing, you start kind of sharing your ideas and you want to do it more, right? It gets exciting. People always ask me, like, Russell, how do you find your passion? And the reality is the way you find your passion is something like, it starts with a spark, right? What's something you have that like, it gets you excited, you have some interest in, right? Like I didn't know I was gonna be a marketing guy, but I was interested in how do I get traffic to my Potato Gun DVD? That was the question I was asking. So I started asking all these other people, I started interviewing them. And that spark, as I started interviewing these people, that spark turned into a fire. It got more and more exciting. The more I started learning, the more I wanted to learn, the more I wanted to talk about it, the more I wanted to share about it, right? Excuse me, and so, that same thing's happened for you. So the first question for you guys is like, well, what are you kind of interested in? Where is there a spark of interest that you would love to go deeper on, that you could interview other people, you could ask them questions if you don't have something that could be your own yet, right? If you have that spark, the biggest way, the fastest way to take a spark and turn it into a fire is what, right? Let's say I have a match, I light a match and it's there and it's kind of sparking and it's dwindling and the wood's about to burn out. If I walk over to a fire that's already on fire and I throw that match in the fire, boom, it gets big, right? So the same thing's true for all of you guys. You're here today because you got that spark, right? You're like, this is exciting, this is interesting. There's this business I didn't even know about where I can take my knowledge, I can turn it into products, I can sell it, I can make money, right? You got that spark, and now you're coming around me and Dean and Tony and Jen and all these people, right? And our job, we're on fire. Like we've been doing this now for decades. We're so excited and we're so passionate. So you're coming around us, we're taking that spark, we're making it big. We're igniting it on fire. Okay, so for you and your whatever business you're in, you got to take that spark and figure out who are the people that are already doing what you're doing, right? That already have that fire. So for me, as I started interviewing these different people, my spark became a fire. I became obsessed with this. I was like, I love business. I love marketing. I love learning how to drive traffic. I got so excited that I wanted to do more of that, right? I remember about that time in my journey, as I was interviewing these people and I was getting excited, somebody asked me if I would come speak to their event, okay? And again, I came today to speak here, and I love this. Like, this is my favorite thing now. Those who don't know me, I'm very introverted, so face-to-face, I get really awkward and shy. But like sitting in a room with a bunch of people or sitting on stage, I feel comfortable there, but I get really awkward. A lot of times, I feel like I'm an introvert and an extrovert's calling, right? And how many of my introverts out there can relate to that? Yeah, it's scary, right? Like, oh, I don't want to be on TV. I don't want to be on cameras. I get that, okay? I'm still like, people see me in the side room before we get started, and like, that guy's really weird. He seems so awkward. And like, yeah, I get nervous talking to people face to face, but I realize that I believe in my mission, so like, in this kind of setting, I can thrive. And so for those who are introverted, don't stress out. That's okay. This was built for the introverts, because you don't have to be talking face to face to everyone. You create something amazing, and then you can share it with the world, which is really, really cool. So I got asked to speak at this event, and I was like, I've never spoken at an event before. That sounds insanely scary. I don't know how to do that. But I was like, at the same time, I was like, when I get scared, I can't just like walk away from it. Like if I want to be successful in life, when these scary things come to me, I got to be brave, and I got to go through the fear, right? And some of you guys are feeling that right now. Like you have that fear, right? In fact, it's interesting if you, in every story, every movie from the beginning of time till now that follows the same, we call it the hero's journey, right? The journey is the same. And it's interesting if you look at every movie, the hero in every movie always has this call to adventure, right? Where they're called to go do something, right? Frodo has to go to Mordor and destroy the ring, right? He's got to leave the Shire and go do this thing, right? You've got Luke Skywalker had to go on a journey. Like every movie, Lightning McQueen had to go to win the Piston Cup. Like every hero has to leave. But if you look at every storyline, after the hero hears the call to adventure, the first thing that always happens is they have what they call the refusal of the call. Well, the hero always, in every single movie, every single time comes back and says, I'm not ready. I'm not worthy. I can't do this. Like, who am I to do that? It happens to every single hero in every single movie, and it's going to happen to you too. And you guys who heard Dean today gave you guys an amazing offer. Like insane. He's like, oh, I'm going to give you a course for $1,000 plus event tickets plus this plus this. Like he gave like $10,000 worth of things for $1,000. And most of you guys probably got excited. Like this is it. This is my calling. I'm going to do it. And then what happened? The refusal of the call. But I can't though because I'm introverted. I'm scared. I'm blah, blah, and all these things start coming, right? I know that. I've been there multiple times in my life, okay? I feel that with you guys, okay? And so you hear that refusal of the call. But to have success, okay, the hero, if the hero refuses the call, the movie ends really, really quick, right? It's going to be boring. So what happens? The hero has to overcome that fear and take that step, and take that leap of faith, right? And so for me, that's what happened. I had this calling, like, hey, I want you to come speak at this event. And I was like, I don't want to speak at an event. I'm scared of people. That sounds horrible. Like, I've never done it before. No. And then the person's like, well, you want to do it? And I'm like, yes. Oh my gosh, now I have to do it. And then I started freaking out, like, what do I wear? I've never spoken at an event. Like, well, this is a business event. There's going to be business people there. I need a shirt and a tie. And like, and I started freaking out. So I'm going to show you guys the second video clip here because the second video is the very first time I ever spoke at an event with people. Okay, and again, I'm showing you this because so many of you guys are like, oh, I'm never going to be like Dean or Tony or Russell or Jen or whoever, right? Because you're like, oh, I can't speak like them. I want you to show the beginnings because if you see how bad I was, it should give you all hope of like, oh my gosh, if that nerd can do it, I think I got a shot. So here's the very first time I ever spoke at an actual event, and feel free to laugh at me. I'm cool with that if you want to. Here we go.
But what I wanted to talk about tonight is kind of a broad overview, hopefully help you to get better information out of the whole internet marketing business. This is a lot bigger group than I had planned on.
Did you see how scared I was? But I had my shirt and tie on because that's what business people do. And I was laughing because like I was looking, the microphone's hooked to my tie and then the wires like all out the side for the entire event. Oh, I was so scared. I wish someone asked me today if I could go talk to my future self or my past self, who would I talk to? And I would go back to that dude right there and be like, I know you're scared to death. I know that like this doesn't make any sense. I know that this pains you, but if you stay on this path, you're going to have the ability to change hundreds of thousands of people's lives. Like just keep doing it. Don't stop. And I would say the same thing to you guys right now who are in this moment. If I could come back to you, you've 20 years now, come back and be like, look, this is scary. I get it. Look how awkward you look on stage right now. But man, in 20 years from now, you're going to have a chance to speak in front of hundreds of thousands of people and actually change their lives. But you got to keep going. You have to stop stopping and start going, start moving forward. That's what I tell myself then. So that was the thing. I went and I spoke and I started teaching these people about the stuff I was learning about business and driving traffic, and it was so much fun. It was so fulfilling. Scared as I was when I took that leap of faith, right? When I went on the call to adventure and started this journey, I was like, this is amazing. Like I feel like this has become a calling for me. How many of you have ever felt that before? You're like, this feels like something different. This isn't just like I'm going to go get a job. Like this is like a calling. Okay, I'm a huge believer in that. Like I believe that every single one of you guys who are here today, you're here for a reason, right? I don't think that it's coincidental. I think that if you're here today, it's because you felt something. And that's why you showed up. That's why you're here on day 3. You've gone through this training, right? And every single day you watch it. There's 1 million people sign up, right? 500,000 watch day number 1. It's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And the people who stick through are the ones who have to be successful. And so for you guys, the fact that you're here means you've already made it past like 2/3 of them, right? More and more people drop out of the game every single day. This game gets easier and easier because less people will go to the finish line. So the fact you guys are here today, day 3 into it, still paying attention is huge, okay? So that was the second thing. Then Dean talked about earlier today, like you got to be good at selling. But I don't sell. Like, I'm not a salesperson. Like, I'm literally the worst salesperson in the world. If you put me on a phone to try to sell somebody something, I would talk them out of buying it, right? Like, I never sold before. I was scared to death. But I had this thing. I had this product. I believed it was good, right? I was like, I have to sell this to people. Like, I don't know how to do that. I have to learn the skill, but I didn't know what the skill was. So I have one more video clip from that same event. And this was the very first time I tried to sell something. And I want you to see the pain and the fear and the nervousness in my eyes and my voice and my entire physiology, because you'll see what it's like the very first time I sold. And hopefully this gives you comfort, because a lot of you guys, this will be the first time you sold something. It's going to be something from your own mind, which is even scarier, right? You create something, and now you're taking this art and you're putting it out in the world. Like, what if they reject you? What if they hate it? What if they don't like it? It is scary. Right? Creating a product, creating something is very much an internal thing. You're doing it with you're by yourself, in your thought, in your mind, right? And then you put it out there to the world, and it's like, what if they reject it? There's going to be fear. So I want to show you guys the very first time I tried to sell something, and just so you can see how bad it is, and again, hopefully it'll give you hope. So let's watch video number 3 right now.
Okay, am I getting close on time? If you do join the affiliate bootcamp, it'll give you lifelong training. It's a $47 a month value. You'll get it for free. Who would like a piece of that? Here's my irresistible offer. And hopefully you guys learned a lot from this presentation.
Give him a standing ovation. He did a great job.
Not a single person stand. He's told them to give a stand. Anyway, and you guys like my clothes? Like, to this day, I get teased by my kids all the time. Who wants a piece of that, Dad? Like, so embarrassing. But I did it because I believed in what I was selling, okay? Now, what's going to happen is the very first time you guys do this, it's going to be probably not as bad as mine, but it's going to be a train wreck. It's like, this didn't work, okay? But that's okay. You got to keep doing it. And you do it a second time, and you get better. You do it a third time, you get a little better. You do it a fourth time, and you keep getting better. You keep getting better, okay? And that's the key to this business, okay? For all of you guys who are right now, who heard the call, you're here. You're like, this is something I want to do. This, I want to be part of it. I heard Dean and Tony and Jenna and Trent and all these amazing people talk about it. They've showed it. Now it's your shot. Right? You guys you're the hero of this journey. You just heard your call to adventure, right? The refusal of the call is coming like crazy. You're hearing it from a million different spots, but now it's your time to be like, you know what? I'm not ready. I don't feel like I'm worthy yet. I don't know how to do this. I'm scared to death, but I feel called. When you hear that and you feel that, that's when you take that step and you move forward, okay? I'm such a big believer that every single person who's here today, right? I believe that all of you guys were called, okay? And I don't want to get emotional or spiritual or anything, but I definitely believe that that for each of us, God puts us here on the planet and says, look, you're in charge of serving this group of people. And we hear a calling, right? And so you got to serve those people. And you're like, but I'm not ready. I'm not worthy. I don't know how to do it. It scares me to death. It doesn't matter. Okay, many are called, but few are chosen. Why are they not chosen? It's because they have to do the things. They got to do the steps. So if you're here, you've been called. You've been called to serve a group of people. And you don't know who they are yet. I thought it was people who want to make potato guns, right? And sure, I helped a couple people make potato gun. That was amazing. But I started on the journey. And I was like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? Now I fast forward 18 years later. I've had a chance to write 3 books. We built a company that has over 120,000 entrepreneurs use our platform to sell their products and their services. And I've seen like the fact that I went on this mission, that I went on this journey, I started sharing my thoughts and my ideas. I've had the chance to touch now literally millions of people's lives. And that's what's so powerful. So for each of you guys, I know it doesn't make sense right now. Okay, you don't feel ready, you don't feel worthy, you're scared to death. I get those things. But if you start on this path and this process, you start moving forward and you keep doing it, there is a group of people you've been called to serve. And if you will step up to that calling, you will change their life forever. Okay, and there will be a day, someday in the future, 10 years, 150 years, 100 years in the future from now, when them and their kids will be like, man, my life was better because of so-and-so, because somebody else stepped up and they decided to make a change. Okay, I look at almost everything great in my life happened because somebody, some entrepreneur, some crazy person said, you know what? This doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to go do this. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to write this book. I'm going to create this thing. I'm going to make a course. I'm going to get this thing out of my head. I'm going to interview people. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to do that thing because I've been called to serve a group of people and I got to change their life. And if you do that, I promise you the rewards on the other side are amazing. And it's something that you'll be grateful for your entire life. So I want to thank you guys for letting me spend time with you guys today. I hope that this helped give some of you guys a kick in the tush that gets you guys moving if you're waiting. Okay? Your call is here. You've heard it. And I know the refusal of the call is coming. It happens to every single one of us. You don't feel ready. You don't feel worthy. That's okay. Okay? That's why the training's here. That's why everything Dean and Tony and all of us are doing. It's because we know the way. We know the path. Okay, the next thing in the hero's journey, there's always a guide. We're your guide. You come through this process, you take that path, and the guide's there. Yoda's there to guide you on the path, right? And we're your guides on this journey to help make sure you're successful. So with that said, thank you guys for being here with me. I cannot wait to see you guys as we continue on this program together. And thanks, Dean, for having me here. So thanks, you guys. Thanks, man.
I wish I had the voice of like Russell Brunson.
The Tony voice.
Yeah, exactly. Can we give it up for Russell? I have to tell you, I don't know if you heard me back there on camera. You can bring that down.
You were laughing at me. I heard somebody laughing.
I couldn't hold it. I was trying. I didn't want to distract him. We're in the studio.
That bad, Russ. I can't believe it.
No, As a matter of fact, tomorrow, because you were so vulnerable, I think I'm going to pull out my first infomercial and make fun of myself.
Yes.
But can we give it up for him for being so vulnerable? And I have to say, I wrote down, who wants a piece of that? Okay, so when I do sales training for you guys, I think I have to add
Russell close.
the Russell close. Who wants a piece of that? It was so good. I have to tell you, you got more handsome through the years, so I have to tell you.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. How many of you guys had a good time with that? If you did, I want you to write in the comments, who wants a piece of that? That is the keyword, right? Who wants a piece of that in the comments? And that's how I know you had a good time with that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. So that's kind of my game plan, you guys. This is what I want to do. Every day I want to come in here live, talk for a little while, hang out with you guys, show you some really cool clips, hopefully motivate you, inspire you, get you like move in the right direction, which would be a lot of fun. So Jeff said, who wants a piece of that? Kevin said, Russell's are here. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This game has been so much fun. I love it. Business is a game, and it's like you get to change people's lives on the journey, and it's just amazing. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this as well. So, Kim said, "Who wants a piece of that?" As one like squished together word. That should become a new word. Who wants a piece of that? Best closing night ever. Heather says she wants a piece of that. Joe McCall, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? I missed you. Very cool. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So you guys cool. Every day my plan is to go live. And I'm gonna start doing this because I'm looking now. The algorithms are weird in Facebook. We went live in 5 different places, and it's like, yeah, the amount of people showing up, it's not big enough yet. So I want you guys to help me out. I'm planning on going live every single day, but I want to see like all you guys showing up and being part of this. So I'm going to figure out a set time where I go live every single day with this. With again, like 30 minutes long. We hang out for a little minute. I share a really powerful clip. We come back and talk about it, and then that'll be kind of the game plan. That's what I really want to do. Are you guys cool with that? If you are cool with that, let me know, because I'm all for coming up and showing up every single day for the next year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it takes to get you guys where you want to go. I know that every single one of you guys have been called to serve somebody. You will change their life if you will step into that calling. Okay. And if you are willing to do that, I'm willing to be your guide here and take you on that journey. I think we have helped more people on that path than anybody else in the world. You've seen ClickFunnels, you've seen the 2 Comma Club Award, right? I think we have like 3,000 people to 1 or 2 Comma Club Award. We've got, if you look at who are the gurus of today, every single one of those, for the most part, came through our path. They read a book, they showed up, they went to Funnel Hacking Live, they came to a mastermind group, they and then they became who they are today. Think about like the biggest people in the world right now, like where did they get their start? They got their start here, inside the Funnel Hacker family. Like that's where everything starts. And so that's kind of the game plan. And we want you guys to help take you on that journey, help inspire you, lead you, and help you get to the next level. Some of you guys are just getting started. And you're like, I don't even know what to do yet. Cool, if you don't know what to do yet, like the beginning is the book. I would go read on the books. It could be .com secrets, expert secrets, traffic secrets. I don't care. Pick one of them. For most of you guys who like, if you feel like you have a calling, you're supposed to serve somebody, go read Expert Secrets first. That's gonna be the one that lights you on fire, to get you pumped about who you are and your calling, and give you the permission to step into that calling and become the person you've been called to be. Right? So that'd be where it started. That's you if you're an expert and you want to figure that out. And then hang out with me. Every day I'm going to give you guys tips, tricks, ideas, and things like that. I'm thinking about doing something cool too. I'm curious what you guys think about this. I'm thinking about doing an event where we fly a group of you guys out here and spend time going deep into this. Anyway, I'm still at that. If you'd be interested in something like that, say yes, Russell, be interested, and maybe we'll put something together here the next couple weeks or month or something like that. Then where you guys could come out here to Boise and we actually sit down in a room and get these things built for you, or maybe just stream it virtual. I don't know. I have no plans yet. Just want to see interest. If you guys are excited about something like that, let us know, which would be really cool. Because I want to help you guys. I want to help speed up your success as fast as humanly possible. The faster you can get to serving the audience you've been called to serve, the more money you'll be able to make, which takes the stress and anxiety off your back, which means you can serve these people, and it just changes everything for you. So that's kind of the game plan where I'm trying to go with you guys as quick as possible. My job as your guide in this path is try to make this process as simple for you as possible. Now I'm telling you guys this for a couple of reasons. Number one is that's my goal in this whole, that's my role in this whole ecosystem, right? But for you, it's the same thing. With your audience, your job is to figure out how to make things as simple as humanly possible for them, right? Which means you got to create your own frameworks. You got to simplify them. You got to make them easier and easier and easier. Everything I've done has come through the process and through the lens of how do I make this simpler for my dream customers? What does that look like, right? The .com Secrets book, I wrote that. It's funnels are confusing. Everyone's confused by this. This is how I simplified. I made doodles, and I made a whole book full of doodles, and that became the book that launched this whole industry, right? And then people are the funnels are great. I understand funnels now, but I don't know technically how to do them. I ran events for almost 10 years where we would have people come to Boise. We show them how to build funnels. They conceptually got it, but they couldn't physically do it, right? And so we're like, well, we should build software. And that's where ClickFunnels came from. ClickFunnels is about 10 years old now. 10 years ago, we launched the software to make it simpler for entrepreneurs like you to get their message out to the world, right? And so then ClickFunnels came, people started building, they understood funnels from the book, and they understood funnels, like how to build funnels from the software, but then they got stuck, like, I don't know how to communicate to my audience. How do I sell? How do I persuade? How do I get people to actually move? And that's when the Expert Seekers book came out, right? Like, here's how you build a movement of people who will pay you for your advice, who will follow you to wherever you're trying to take them to. And that became the Expert Seekers book. Then after that came out, then people were like, this is great, but how do I build an audience? I don't know how to do that. That's when the Traffic Seekers book came out. And everything that I do, it doesn't come from me being creative. It's me saying, like, who am I called to serve and how to make this process simpler for them. At the beginning of this, I talked about how basically there's your audience, and then here's you've got some kind of like a result, and you have the map to get them that result, right? And your job is to make the map as simple as humanly possible so they can get to the finish line for whatever result you are promising your audience. And so for you, that's what you gotta start thinking about is how do I make this simpler for people? And so for me, that's it. That's all I'm thinking about. Like right now, all I'm thinking about in my mind every single day waking up, all weekend long, is like, how to make this simpler for my audience? What can I do? What does that mean? What do I need to create? What do we need to do? What do I got to figure out? So I'm like, maybe the simplest thing, you ever come here to Fly to Boise, we sit down and or write your webinars for you. I was talking about potentially with some people, and this has to be more expensive, but like, we do big challenges sometimes. Like, what if I did like a one-on-one challenge? Like where I take someone one-on-one and for 5 days, I spend an hour with you every single day and get your webinar written. Like, what would that be worth to you guys? How many of you guys would be interested in something like that? Right? This is a thought in my head, like how to make this simple. And obviously to do that, it would be expensive. So I'm like, not everyone's going to be able to pay that, but what if they could watch that? What if they could watch me take somebody who's an influencer, someone who's successful, and I actually build their entire presentation for them? Would that help them, right? It's like the wheels in my head just keep spinning on like ways to make this more simple for you. I don't know what this is going to look like yet. Let's create it together. It's going to be something amazing. But that's kind of what I want to kind of focus on. So with that said, you guys, I had fun today. I've got one more idea. I want to make sure I can notify you guys every time I'm about to go live. And so there's different ways to do that, but I don't trust email 100%. Like people done deliverables and things like that. Even Facebook, like we got 300,000 people in the Facebook group. I've got like 800,000 on my own fan page. And I'm streaming to both these places right now. And there's only like 100 people on live right now between the two, which is insane to me. And so I don't trust Facebook's algorithm. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that you guys know when this is going live. So I've got a strategy. You guys ready for the strategy? I'm using Community is a really cool app. I've got the Community app on my phone. I can like type in there and click send, and it'll text you like 5 minutes before I go live every single time. How many guys would be interested in that? That way you don't miss it. Or if you know, even if you do miss it, you can like go and the link will take you to the replay so you don't miss it. But make sure like when I'm going live, you have a chance to not miss it. How many guys like that? That'd be interesting to you. Let me know. Okay, if so, I put together a really quick little mini, it's not even an ad, it's an ad for texting. But it's gonna give you the phone number. I'm gonna pick 5 people who join the texting list, and I'm gonna fly you out and do like a free 1-day consult if you guys will do this. So this is like the bribe to get you on the texting list. That way I can message you so you show up and we can hang out together every day and you will not miss it. That's kind of the game plan. Is that cool? Okay, cool. So there's the bribe. I'm gonna give you guys a text message number for you to text right now, number 1, and then number 2, what I'm gonna do is, again, I talk about it in the video I'm going to show you now, but basically I'm going to pick 5 people from the texting list to actually have you come out to Boise and we'll hang out and build your business for a day, which will be a lot of fun. So that's the game plan, but you got to get on the texting list right now. Some of you guys may already be on it, but that way, again, every day when I go live, I'll shoot a message out. I'm not sure yet what time. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll figure out, like, I'm going to go live every day at this time, or I'll figure out what it is. But that's the game plan, to show up and to serve my face off for you guys for the next however long we need to go. All of you guys are successful and we've taken over the world and everything's, we're able to change the world for the good, because I think all of us over the next 8, 10, 12 months, like we need each other. We need our audiences need us, our communities need us. And so we got to be able to stand up and step up to the calling. And so I'm here today to tell you, I'm stepping into my calling once again, 100% in, 200%, 500% in. I'm stepping back into that calling. I'm here to serve you guys. And hopefully this, if nothing else, I'll be like a tent pole that's holding you guys up as you are stepping up into your callings as well. And we can all rise together and change the world. So that's the game plan. That is that's what I'm going to do, right? You guys cool with that? Okay, so here you go. Everyone's asking what's the number. I'm gonna queue up. It's a 2-minute video. They'll give you the phone number, show you how to set it all up. And with that said, we'll be done for the day. And then tomorrow I'll message you guys as soon as we're ready to go live. Does that sound good? Okay, if you guys are ready, I need you to do one more thing. In the comments, one more time, type who wants a piece of that. I need at least 50 who wants a pieces of that, and then I'll queue up the phone number, okay? Here we go. Who wants a piece of that? I want to see it. Let me show it to me. Show me the comments, because I want a piece of that. How many of you guys want a piece of that? This will be our inside joke amongst all of us. Nobody else will know what we're talking about, okay? All right, here they come, here they come. All right, Jeff told me he wants a piece of that. Who else wants a piece of that? Kim wants, Ruben does, Carlos does, Anonymous Facebook is just showing me, you know, Amy does, Heather does, Tina does, Eric does, Scott does, Michael Weston does, Michael Menges, he wants a piece of that. Someone said, who wants a piece of that t-shirt? Okay, I'm in on that. I'll put together something like that. Someone else wants a piece of that. LaDonna Woods wants a piece of that. Kevin Kavanaugh wants a piece of that. Okay. All right, you guys all want a piece of that. Okay, with that said, I'm queuing the video. It'll give you the texting number. Text that right now. That way I can notify you guys. And with that said, I will see you guys again tomorrow. Same channel. I'm not sure what time yet. I'll let you know. I'll text you for 5 minutes before we go live. We'll have some fun. So with that said, thanks you guys for hanging out. And here is the secret phone number. Let's go.
Russell Brunson, and I am kind of freaking out right now. I'm so excited. I just got a brand new phone. This is called my Funnel Hacker phone. And in this phone, I'm actually setting up a private community where I have a chance to text with my funnel hackers, with people like you about entrepreneurship and business and personal development and all the fun things that we love to talk about. And inside of this phone, I've been sending cool stuff that I don't send anywhere else except for people in my texting community. And I want to invite you to be part of it. Now, a couple of things. Number one, the first thing I need you to do is grab your phone right now, and I want you to actually text me, okay? The phone number is 208-231-3797. I'll probably have it above or below or somewhere, but the number again is 208-231-3797. Text me right now. Text me, hey, text me, what's up, whatever you want to do, and that's the first step. The second step is my goal is I want to get 50,000 entrepreneurs and business owners and funnel hackers on my phone here in the next, before the end of the year. So that's my goal and my game plan, and I need your help. If you will help me to get 50,000 people on here, I'm going to invite 5 of you to come here and fly to my office. We're going to hang out, and I'm going to spend a day with you, coaching you on your business. The first half of the day, I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to brainstorm your funnels, your structure, your offer, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to have my top copywriter help you with your copy, our funnel builders, our designers. We're all going to come and tag team and spend a day with 5 of you here in the office. It's going to be so much fun. So that's the prize. That's the reward. The way you can win that reward is, number one, you have to text me. If you haven't texted me yet, you are not eligible to be part of this. I need you to text me so you can be part of my texting community, okay? Again, the number is 208-231-3797. I'm going to memorize that number, but as of right now, it is 208-231-3797. Text me. That's number one. Number two is every single time you help me to share this message, you get a vote. That means if you like the video down below, you get an extra vote. If you comment down below, you get an extra vote. You share this video, you get an extra vote, okay? And if you comment again, you get another extra vote, okay? At the end of this, after we have 50,000 people who are on my texting platform, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 5 of you guys to come to our offices here in Boise. We're going to spend a day going deep into your funnels, your business. It's going to be so much fun. You work with me, my copywriters, my designers, my funnel builders, and we're going to get your business up and launched live. This is a free gift for 5 of you guys. So again, the way to win, text me. Stop everything you're doing. Pause this. Text me. 208-231-3797. So what do you got to do right now? You know what to do. Text me.